course.
Welcome to foodfeedinfo.com. This video is related to feed formulation Excel sheet. This sheet has already been shared with many of the farmers, and they are formulating total mix ration, dairy ration, calf ration, dry animal ration, and ration for the pregnant animals. So previously, this sheet has some issues like if animal is pregnant, no one is able to calculate the requirement of the pregnant animals. So I have updated the Excel sheet. Now you can get the nutrient requirement of pregnant animals by just clicking either the animal is pregnant or not. So in this way, they can now formulate better ration for dairy animals which are also pregnant. But keep in mind, mostly pregnant animals during the last trimester of pregnancy, they are going to be dry. So keep in mind that condition of the animal. One more important thing, this sheet is not only for dairy animals. You can also formulate ration for dry animal, though requirement would not be available as such. Similarly, this sheet can be used for formulating calf starter, for the formulation of calf grow ration, and you can also formulate the beef ration. But for that, you have to consider the nutrient requirement of that particular animal that are available online, or you can ask from the website, and that sheet can be helpful in formulation of those ration. Why you can formulate by using this single Excel sheet? The reason is all the feed stuff added in the ration, they are from the local areas, and their chemical composition is for India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, or Sri Lanka, because most of these feedstuffs they are available in these areas, and it can be used, and not only in this area, but it can also be used many other countries of the world. But there might be little difference, 5 to 10% in the chemical composition of the feedstuff. So keep in touch. I will give you a preview of the sheet. Now come to the sheet. This is the first part where different ingredients they have been listed, particularly their energy values. They are listed according to dairy animals. So you can formulate dairy animal ration without any hesitation or using these values. Here is the net energy for lactation, net energy for maintenance, and then net energy for gain. So it means if you are going to prepare a ration for beef animals or animals who are gaining body weight, you can use these net energy values for body weight gain. Because when you are formulating diet for uh, beef animals or growing animals, you need net energy gain values. So it means this sheet is equally comfortable for managing a ration for those animals who are gaining body weight. Irrespective of this, you can also use this sheet for other ruminant animals, small ruminants, particularly sheep and goat. But they might have little different NE lactation and NE maintenance values. So you can add little margin while formulating a concentrate diet for these animals. Now look at the sheet. Almost all available feedstuff in the Indo-Pak continent, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. You can use this sheet without any hesitation. Even a lot of these feedstuffs they are available in many of the African countries, and in many other countries, Middle East countries even, because they are sometimes importing the hay or silage from different countries. Particularly, they are importing hay, or they have their own production of fodder. So they can use these values. And even if you have some issue, you can alter these values, which are listed from serial number 87 to 95. So here you can do alteration, or you can add a stuff as your own will. Here I have mentioned Vanda own, and 89 is the Vanda market. So if you are not preparing your own concentrate diet, So you can add the chemical composition over here. If you are uh, procuring a product from the market, then you can add value over here, so that that can be used during TMR formulation. One down is the value if you are formulating your own concentrate and you want to use this. So don't change these values, because these are the values which software with this Excel sheet will take from your own formulation. So for Vanda market, you have to look at the label of that concentrate, of that diet, and then add over here if you are willing to do that, use that. So this is about the chemical composition of the ingredient that are mostly required when you are formulating diet. Particularly a precise values are required, because this variation will lead to the quality of variation in the chemical composition of the diet you are going to formulate. Next is the requirement sheet. Most of the people they look for a sheet because they don't know the nutrient requirement of the animal. So in that case, this would be very much helpful. Though here we have only using the nutrient requirement of dairy animals, particularly host and Frisian, because majority of the people they are keeping either crossbred animals or host and Frisian animal in many countries. So we can use these values. However, if you have some issue with these values, or you have your own data, then you can accordingly save this sheet with a new name and then make a changes in the nutrient requirement. Here we have listed the nutrient requirement from 400 kg to 800 kg animal. Similarly, for milk fat, there is 3 to 5.5% milk fat content. But accordingly, if you have some issue with the buffalo, where the milk fat content they are 7.5, then you can convert that milk on 4% butter fat basis, and then you can use the value of the 4% butter fat. Here is the values for changes in the body weight. Then the most important feature of this sheet, which was missing or lacking in the previous sheet, uh, here is the pregnant animal requirement during the last trimester of pregnancy. If animal is lactating, so that animal have little different requirement as compared to the animal who is not pregnant. So we have added this feature in the sheet, and this sheet would helpful to prepare a more precise ration, would help you to prepare rather. So if just you have to change the values in the yellow cells. Now if the live pick up the weight of a live animal, like we are choosing animal with 600 kg body weight, milk production is 0, milk fat is 0, and then milk rate that you can just you can add as per your own will. Though here we are having animal is in milk for only 30 days and animal is not pregnant. So this is the first scenario, where the animal body weight is 600 kg and animal is in 4 weeks of lactation, though we have not mentioned the milk here, and we have added the milk rate in rupees, or you can use any value, Indian rupees, Bangladeshi taka. Then gain. If animal is gaining some weight or losing weight, if animal is gaining weight, you can write the value as such. If animal is losing weight, you can write the value like this. So this will make changes in the value over here. Now the animal body weight is 600. This animal for maintenance, it requires 9.7 mega calories and 406 gram protein and 24 gram calcium and 17 gram phosphorus. Now just look at this here. We mentioned the animal is not a pregnant animal. So if you just change the value of this animal into pregnancy, so you can see a change in the energy, protein, calcium and phosphorus requirement. So this is not a realistic. Animal is in 30 days of milk. So normally animal would be around 200 days or 200 uh, 30 days when uh, animal would be the pregnant animal. So in this case you have to be input your precise values or accurate values, so that you can get a better nutrient requirement calculations. So if animal is not pregnant at this stage even, then you can see, you can revert back
So simply as by clicking yes or no, you will get a change in the values. So this is how we have changed this sheet so that the people who are working with the pregnant animals, they can do better calculations of the nutrient requirement. Now we just put up the milk yield of the animal, and if we know the milk fat content like it is 7%, you can see how this milk contents they are converted into 4% butterfat, and then the requirements for milk production they have been listed over here. Now if you just change the milk fat content like 3.5, then you can see a change in the nutrient requirement by just simply changing the milk fat content. So this is how we have managed this sheet so that people they would be able to uh, formulate a diet in a very perfect way. Though this is a manual sheet, and in Excel we can manually do the calculations. Now come to the sheet where we do the calculations. Here look at the list of the ingredients. This is a complete list of ingredients, and you can choose by yourself. You can choose any ingredient from the list, and here after choosing the the feedstuff, then you can go for changing the number. Like here I have at 0.1% DCB. So when you are going to formulate a diet, you have to enter the values. Just keep in mind price of the feedstuff, as well as uh, the most important thing, the limitations of the feedstuff. So in this column you have to add the parts, and parts should be equal to 100. So when you sum up, we haven't added this feature. It should convert it automatically into 100 by fixing a one feedstuff. The reason being some of the people they might not have that particular type of feedstuff. So you have to adjust the values in some way like that, like this, so you can have 100 value. Then you have to add up the price. So these are the two things that you can manipulate in the sheet. Price of the feedstuff. So like rapeseed cake, or if it is 65 rupees suppose, so it will calculate the amount, the actual price, and this cell will give you the value of the price of the feed per 100 kg. So 100 kg ration with these chemical composition will cost you 470 rupee. So if you look at the requirement sheet, here is the dry matter intake 15.43. So it means this animal would be able to eat, or their intake can go up to 15.43. So this value is automatically listed over here. This is the actual amount to be fed to the animal. So if you are just formulating a concentrated diet and you don't have any fodder, then you can adjust the intake over here. Like if you want to just feed the whole amount from this, so you have to write the value over here, so it will calculate the actual intake. So this 16.9 kg is the actual intake, because this value is on dry matter basis. So if you want to feed 15.43 diameter, you have to feed 16.90 of this fodder. Now don't look at any other thing, just look over here. This is the difference. This will give you the values whether your ration is sufficient or meeting the animal requirement or not. This is the animal requirement. This is what is available from this intake, and this is either the difference. So if you are formulating a diet that is very much concentrated, like I just reduce the intake value up to 12 kg. So now you can see the requirement is 56. The animal is eating a lot of calcium. Animal is eating a lot of phosphorus. Similarly, the protein intake is quite high. So you have to adjust the chemical composition of your concentrate. So if you are simply want to manage all the nutrient requirement to be met from this concentrate, but actually in dairy animal this couldn't be happen because we are feeding a roughage component. So we can adjust its intake up to 10 kg. So up to 10 kg, now we have the values how much is available from this 10 kg. So now CP is almost all the nutrients they are in excess. So it means our ration is quite concentrated. So we have to reduce the chemical composition or to make it little lighter in density, energy density or protein density, so that we can get a cheaper ration and we can substitute the concentrate, or we can supplement this concentrate along with the fodder. The reason being, this animal, the animal which we have chosen, that is only a 10 liter of milk production. So the requirement of such animals can be met with a little quantity of concentrate when we are feeding hay or forage. So if we are just going up with 20 liter of milk production, now look at this sheet. So again, our ration is quite dense, and that is meeting the animal energy, protein, calcium, and phosphorus requirements. So we can go for decreasing the amount. So it doesn't matter at this stage, because if you are going to make a TMR, so you just formulate your concentrate and don't get confused with these values. Then go to the TMR. This is a report. Like some of the commercial formulators, they want to prepare their concentrate and they want to sell in the market. For those people, this report will let them know about the chemical composition of their. Now look at this. The CP concentration in the prepared formula is 20.85. 28.85. Look at this. So this is the CP which is available from this concentrate. So you can realize how much high protein. This is actually coming from this corn gluten, 30%, and rapeseed cake. Rather, we use some grain rather than using this. We use maize white. No, the CP concentrate is 17.36. So in this case, you can go even up to 10 kg. There is a little a high amount of energy or phosphorus. The rest is even deficient in the concentrate. So this is the reason of having this high amount of uh, rapeseed cake in the diet. Now you can go for the report. So here you can generate the report. You can just simply get it print, and you can hand over it to the person who want to formulate the diet. Then comes the TMR. Now look at this. Again, we have modified this sheet in this new version, so that people don't get confused and they just prepare their only TMR diet. So basically, the TMR is almost 60% we should met from the concentrate and 40% from the roughages if we are feeding a high producer animal, 25-30 liter of animal. In other way, if the production is less, then you can reverse 60% roughages and 20%, 40% from the concentrate. So that depends on your animal production. So here is the rundown. This is what you have prepared by yourself, and you have prepared your vanda over here, this one, which contains 17.36% of the protein. Now look at the ingredient. This is the Vanda own, and it contains 17.386 is the CP value of this Vanda. So 17.86 is taken up by automatically from this sheet. The value is little higher on the other side because that is on dry matter basis. Now come to the point next. We have to prepare the TMR. So click on the working sheet, TMR. And here you have to choose your own Vanda or whatever is available, or if you are using a market Vanda, you can put here. So these are the yellow cells which give you an indication what you have to choose. And these three cells, they are limited for using fodder or hay. Like if you are using a mud grass, or you are using a barley, or you are using some other type of fodder, like we are using the maize silage with ears, and we are using 10 kg of this and 10 kg of this, and we are using 0% of ryegrass. Now this is what we are getting out of this TMR diet. So this is the TMR, and these are the prices, and out of this we are getting this. So this is the ratio of this. So it couldn't be 100 at any time. So this can be done just to calculate how much quantity of one thing in your TMR and what should be the part of other things. So on percentage basis, that can be converted, but when you are making a TMR, you are using actually parts of different feed stuff. So it become a 25 kg, and out of this 25 kg, 10 kg is coming from the maize silage, 10 kg is coming from the grass, and 5 kg is coming from the Vanda. So it's 25 kg. Or if you look at this, the TMR requirement is a 19.15 kg. That is basically this is the TMR Vanda requirement. And from where we are getting this we are getting the value from D24 cell. So this is the D24 cell. How much is the dry matter intake? So this dry matter intake is actually coming from this sheet. So we have to feed 19 point, or this animal can consume up to this is the dry matter intake limit. So if you are feeding like this 19.15 on dry matter basis, so you are going to feed almost 50 kg in a fresh form. 50 kg in a fresh form mean your silage is 10 kg and this is 10 kg. That is actually giving you only 2.6 kg of dry matter, and this is only giving you 2.52 kg. So these values are on fresh matter basis. This 25 kg is the fresh matter amount. So don't get bother about this high quantity. Rather, you are simply feeding. You have to feed only like this 10 kg. Now you look at this these values. If you are getting the sufficient amount of stuff, here you can see by feeding only 10 kg in a fresh form. After mixing this is the 25 kg, and out of this, if you are feeding only uh, 10 kg of this in terms of this fresh matter, it equals to 26. So these values, they are matching. So it means you are feeding as per the diet you have formulated. So now you look at the deficiency of some of the ingredients of some of the nutrients over here, like the protein requirement is 21, where you are feeding is 13, 102 gram. So you can balance it by taking some more nutritionist component, or by reformulating your Vanda, or increasing the amount of Vanda in the uh, diet. So if you are increasing the amount of Vanda in the diet, so you are getting little higher amount of the stuff over here. So here you can go up to like 40% of this. So now you can see the values, they are on the higher side. So in this way you can manage, or you can adjust the things, so you can get uh, the balance over here. When you get the balance over here, so it means your diet is equally good, and even you can increase the intake so that it can be met as per the animal requirement. So at least we can go up to 13 kg, so that it would be equal to 19.03 and 19.15. So this intake is almost equal, and this is what we are feeding in a dry matter basis form. So this is the fresh matter basis. So almost now the nutrient requirements, they have been met. Rather, we are giving little in excess of the animal requirements. So in this way you can manage your animal requirements. You can have a different one more thing, this sheet will also let you know about the concentration of Vanda in the diet, fodder in the diet. Look at this, you have prepared this. This is the quantity of Vanda and fresh matter basis, and this is on dry matter basis. Then you have a malt grass and maize silage with years. So these values are on dry matter basis. Now look at this. Here you will get the value of the Vanda as a percent of the total diet, then fodder or hay as a percent of the total diet. So you can manage your ratio by looking at these values. So this would help you to make a ration with appropriate concentration of roughage and concentrate. I would just like to reduce the amount of this Vanda. Now you can see okay, there is a change in the quantity of concentrate. So if you just increase the amount of malt grass, there is an increase. So almost 60-40 ratio can be maintained like this. Now you will have a value of this total is again 31, and on dry matter basis it is 13.7. So you can just simply add here is 13.7. so that you can meet almost all of your requirement except a little change. So these changes can be made in the Vanda so that you can better balance the diet rather than changing over the quantity here, because this will disturb the values of this energy or protein, because here you are just adding the part of the Vanda you have prepared, and also you have to change the prices over here. And then this sheet will also let you know the total cost of the TMR you are feeding, like you are feeding 13.7. So this 13.7 kg dry matter is equivalent to 871 rupee. So here you will get the value of the total TMR cost on daily basis if you are feeding this 13.7 kg of this TMR. This is the milk income we have added. So this is the TMR cost as a percent of the milk, feed cost of fodder and hay, feed forage cost in terms of this milk. So this is the total cost, and this is the division of the cost on the basis of percent of the milk. So this is how you can get a better idea of your diet, and this is the cost of feed per kg of dry matter. So you are getting 63 rupees per kg of this diet on dry matter basis. Uh, the last but not the least, now click on TMR report. Here you can see your Vanda on malt grass quantity, maize, silage with ear. So what are the constituents? What are the things that you have to add in the TMR preparation? So you can convert this on 100 basis by simply multiplying it with the 100 and dividing with the total. So look at this. This is actually the report DMR percentage in this TMR. That is only 44%. Crude protein gram per day from TMR, metabolizable energy, calcium and phosphorus, what is available on daily basis from the TMR. So this is what is available on percent basis. Like this is the megacalorie, this is the calcium on percent basis, this is the phosphorus on percent basis, this is the CP on percent basis. Total TMR intake is 31 kg, where the Vanda is 9 kg that you have prepared, and the total cost of the TMR, cost of the Vanda out of this TMR, cost of the roughage, milk production 20 liter, price of the milk, milk income, and the total feed cost as a percent of the milk. So this is a detailed summary, and even if someone would like, we can convert this into the percent basis. If you are preparing 100 kg of TMR, then how you can add up this stuff for 100 kg. So that's only a simple calculation. So I will do that, so that if you are looking for this sheet or purchasing this sheet, so you can get the value over here on 100 kg basis.
You have understand how you can use this sheet, how you can formulate a balanced ration by using the Excel sheet. This would be a good tool for the formulation of a balanced ration for your animal. If you are looking for the sheet, so keep in mind the sheet is not available free of cost on the website. You can email at this given email, info@foodfeedinfo.com. Our web team will be happy to serve you better. So if you have any question, any query regarding feed formulation, or having problem with the sheet, you can email us, you can ask us. We will be happy to answer your all queries. Thank you for watching. Your best partner for feed formulation. For guidance, you can visit www.foodfeedinfo.com. Thank you again.